Hey guys, happy Sunday. I am popping on because if you follow my page, you get my emails, you know that we are getting set for another stamp camp in February, the 7th to the 8th. And it is featuring Nature Walk, which features this Nature Symphony stamp set and dies. It has these embellishments. It has two different sets of paper. So we have this DSP and we have this textured paper. And it has some amazing ribbon as well, this Secret Sea ribbon. So the catalog goes live on Tuesday. So if you want to be a part of this, then we want to get your items ordered ideally on Tuesday, but definitely during this week. So I wanted to pop on and quickly make a card. And I'm just going to actually case something out of the catalog. So this is an idea that's in the catalog. I've kind of prepped a couple of pieces. So this is one of the pieces of DSP that I actually haven't worked with yet. So this is what like the whole span, the 12 by 12 looks like. So you can see it's these beautiful shades of green. So we have Mossy Meadow, we've got Old Olive, we've got Soft Seafoam. So really pretty. So I have cut a 4 by 5 and a quarter piece. And then I wanted to frame it not with white, and I also didn't want to use black. So I'm using Secret Sea, which is really one of the other darkest colors that we have. I actually love how that looks. And of course, it's one of the colors in the suite. The ribbon is Secret Sea. So to me, it kind of worked well. Now, this card in the catalog, if you already have the catalog, I'm looking at page 41. All they have done is cut this image out of the DSP. So super quick, we're gonna make a super quick card with literally a die cut and some DSP, and then we're gonna use the negative on a second card. So all we're gonna do is cut this out of the front of this card. So I'm just gonna take this over to my cut and emboss machine and die cut this out. It is an amazing die. I have already, if you saw the card I posted earlier today, you might recognize that I used this die on the card I had today, or a portion of it. So I'm just gonna pop this out. The nice thing about this die, you could use adhesive sheets, but you really don't need to because most of these leaves are big enough for you to put adhesive on or even to put dimensionals on. You do want to be careful though when you are bringing it out of the die that you don't tear it. So it probably actually makes sense to pull it from the bottom up, but just be careful. I have torn it on one of the ones that I did. So you can see we have this beautiful die cut now. Look at how pretty that is in those shades of green. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. Okay, we're gonna put this away because don't put it down, put it away. And if you are new to me, you know that I trace around all my dies so I know where they go. Okay, so the idea behind this card now is we need to put something behind that. So what they did in the catalog is they used one of these textured pieces. So there are 3 sheets in here and they label them as, I think it was cream, tan, and gold, I think, when I looked it up. I love them. They're super, they remind me of like when you would make handmade paper in art class. Did anyone take art class? Like Art 8, I remember doing Art 8 where you had to like collect all your dryer lint and then take it in and you created a mash and then you dried it and it was paper. This is what this reminds me of. So you can see the cream, I guess, tan and gold, I think is what it's supposed to be. Regardless, you can see I've used each of them already. I love them. I also used this on that card that, here, I'll just show you the card I'm talking about. So this card here, so this is this textured DSP, and then here's that tiny little bit of that die cut that I used on this card. So already you can see that I am making good use of this with other sets. So I'm just gonna see what color I like behind there. So that is the lightest color. Or we have that color, or we have that color. They used one of these, obviously. I don't know, the light one seems too light, but I don't know if these guys are like too brown. I should have planned this out ahead of time. I was hoping to just like quickly hop on and do this. That seems really brown to me, just for what we got going on here. So I probably like that the best. The other thing I am going to just consider is some soft sea foam. Which I also like. Just finding a larger piece. So we could actually even frame this then in soft sea foam. Okay, so I think I'm actually gonna do that instead. So I'm gonna cut this 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then we are just gonna place this over top. Now, what we could also do, which is what I think they might have done, I think they just did some ink spritzing actually, but we could try this. If we don't like it, we can turn it over, is taking this stamp here to just add a little bit of texture. So I am going to also do that in the mint. We're just going to kind of see what it looks like. If we don't like it, we'll just flip it over. So this is actually quite a cool stamp that comes with this set. So yeah, I kind of like that. Adds a little interest behind it. I'm going to do a tiny little bit right here. And I'm going to do a tiny little bit up here. Okay, I like that. Color very often. Still like it's brand new. Hi, Allie Brush. I see you watching. Okay, so we are just going to adhere these two pieces together. And then you can tell you got to put some sort of shape over this, right? Which we are going to do. So let's get that off of there. I am going to take my white glue around the outside edge. But I am also going to put a tiny bit in here. Okay. Bring this back over. And then when we use our white glue instead of our seal, we always have a little bit of time to manipulate. Okay, I like that. I think that looks pretty cool. Definitely the stamping was necessary. I feel like that adds something behind there for sure. Okay, and then like literally this is our card, you guys, with our greeting. And then this guy, which is so stunning. I was planning on using this side, but you can't really use the back, and that is so gorgeous. Okay, so in the catalog, they did the You Make Me Smile on a circle. So we are going to do the same just to make it quick and simple, because that's what I was trying to do. We are going to use our 2 3/8 punch, but what we might do here then to bring in this paper, so we use the punch here. You can see it. I have done this before. Don't forget circle punches, people. Even if you have a die cut machine, I have all of the circle punches. They are like, you know, it's a no-brainer. You want circle punches. Anytime you can get a circle quickly and easily, you're a winner. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring this over here so I don't lose it. So we could stamp this in Secret Sea. We could stamp it in Mossy Meadow, I think. Trying to decide. I think I'm going to do Mossy Meadow, and that way we can use a little bit of the ribbon. So Secret Sea. Just going to place it there in the middle. And then, so that we can keep it as still a masculine card. Sorry, you're probably wondering what's she doing. She's looking for her ribbon. I am going to just make the ribbon behind here really, really simple. So this is like my go-to. I do this all the time. Sorry, I'm just gonna get it at the right angle. It's gonna sort of come in here. Comme ça. So we have a couple of options. We can attach the ribbon to the back of this, or we can attach the ribbon down to the card. But since I've already got it on here, I am just gonna attach it to the back of here. And then this is where I bring in my tear tape, which I have been using a ton of. I use it to hold down ribbon like this. I use it to hold together a bunch of die cuts that I'm putting together like as a group, so that I know that I have them placed how I want them. So all I'm going to do with this is I'm basically kind of using it just like Scotch tape. I mean, you literally could use Scotch tape, but this is what I use because it's what I have down here. Then you also have the option of tearing it off and using it to stick it down. We are going to use a dimensional, so I am going to leave it like that, and then I'm going to get some dimensionals. I've got lots of bits and bobs here. So I'm going to make sure my dimensional is always a bit on the paper, not just the ribbon. Otherwise, it will not stick very well. So I'm using more dimensionals than I normally would on a circle, but because I have all this ribbon on the back, that's why I'm doing it. So I'm not taking that off because I've got the dimensionals, but if I didn't, you could, and then it's adhesive, right? It's glue. Or tear tape. Okay, oh. Make sure it sticks on the paper, not your fingers. And then we are just gonna come and stick it here in the corner. So very simple, right? You can see this is a super simple card. I might actually move this a tiny bit lower. That is also something I do. I realize now I didn't have this glued down yet. So I'm gonna, oops, put this actually on my card front so that we have a good sense of where it's gonna go. I usually don't put any in the middle because then I don't have that opportunity to wiggle it around if there's a whole bunch of adhesive in the middle. So because I want this to be centered, oh, it looks so sharp on that Secret C. If you do not have Secret C in your card stock collection, hello, Judy, you need it. It is deeper than Old Navy, Night of Navy. And yeah, I mean, I wish they would have kept Evening Evergreen, which was a beautiful dark green, but this blue is stunning. So if you don't have it, I mean, you've got, it's their color neck for the next couple of years or another year come May kind of thing, but still you want it. Okay. I feel like I should have done a smaller circle. I think that's what I'm not loving about this. So that's not ideal because we've stuck all this stuff on here. But where there's a will, there's a way, people. So stick with me. Stick with me. These may or may not still work for us. I'm going to peel them off. Okay, this is not turning into the quickest card now that I'm making mistakes, but just go with it. Just go with it. This is, you know, you're seeing creativity at its finest. Oh my God, except for those are sticking to me. Okay, we're going to take this off too. See how easy? And then we're just going to use a smaller circle. So that was 2 3/8. Maybe 1. Oh no, that might be too small. Let's go with 2. So now the thing is going to be, I'm going to have to get this centered in my circle. Punch as best I can. And then you want that piece that I just, there we go, to come out. There's nothing worse than having paper stuck in. Okay, that's gonna be way better. Yes, that was way too big. Way too big, people. You should have told me. Stick that back down. Now it's going the other way, but that's okay. I love that better. And then we are gonna stick our dimensionals down again. Creative license, right? Creative license. Yeah. Okay. So now that's going to go in this corner. Yes, much better. Much better. I don't know if you guys agree or not. Okay, and we need some gems, right? So these are called faux bronze pentagons. They come, there's 2 sizes in here. I have used some. Doesn't look like I've used very many. So my new favorite thing, and this, they actually do this in this card, is I've been using 5 instead of 3. But we're gonna just see what looks good here. So if you watch my videos, you know that I kind of like gently put them on. I never press them down until I am definitely sure I like where they are going. So that you can still peel them off, because once you actually press firmly, most of these embellishments have pretty good adhesive, and they will rip your DSP if you try to get them off. So odds, we work in odds generally. So 3, 5, 7. Every once in a while you can do an even amount of embellishments and it looks okay. But I would say for the most part, odds are where it's at. Sorry, just thinking about placement here. It's gotta look balanced and like it makes sense. I don't like that up there. So I'm going basically with how they have them in the catalog. So if you have the catalog, like I said, you will see this already. Okay, yep, we're just gonna go with that. So, I mean, that took us longer than it should have, but hopefully you think it's pretty. I think it's quite pretty. So it is a play on the one in the catalog. Not gonna lie, I think I like mine better, but anyway. So this is something you could make with this suite. So if you chose to do Stampin', you would have all these products and you could continue to make beautiful things. Now, the reverse card would have this gem on it. I feel like I would like to use Very Vanilla. So my mom comes and she helps me, and I have card bases cut, tons of them, and vanilla and white. So yes, I think that looks gorgeous. So what they have done in the catalog, you do need this block. Again, I've outlined all my stamps. I don't know how other people are doing it, so I would love to hear how other people are doing it. You need this big block though for this guy. So what they have done, same idea. Now they have stamped this gorgeous gem. Maybe kind of like this. Or maybe they use the small one, but I'm gonna use this big one. I'm not gonna stamp up the stem, for lack of a better word. And now this time we're gonna use Old Olive. And so I'm gonna kind of put this in here. Comme ça. And then this guy is just gonna kind of be in here like this. Beautiful, gorgeous. Sort of everywhere that stamped image isn't. Oh, guys, so lovely. I feel like I need to re-ink my Mossy Meadow. So we're gonna do the You Make Me Smile. Well, we know what, we don't have to. And you know what? I have this piece over here that I already die cut, which is this one that looks like a log. So we are actually gonna use that. And we're gonna use some ribbon. And then we are gonna use this one that says, To a Great Guy. So we're gonna take this guy and I'm going to use Old Olive. Although, maybe Garden Green, actually. Is there Garden Green in this paper? There must be. There is. Well, that explains it. So let's maybe use some Garden Green. That piece is too narrow. That one will be good. So I think I'm actually going to... I'm gonna see what it looks like in black. We might have to heat emboss. But I feel like black might be kind of grounding. I also feel like you're getting my head in here, but So, oh, got it on my hands. I am going to, I'm going to cut it shorter. And then I am going to angle cut. And then, you know my trick, so we take this, we want the same angle over here. So you bring this guy over here, use him as a jig. If you're good about eyeballing, then you don't need to. And then I'm just going to make that a bit narrower. And that is where sometimes my eyeballing does not work that well. And then I'm going to do the same up here. Okay. And then we are going to put this on here. We're going to use our black dimensionals because we have them. I'm just going to take 2 off because I'm just kind of trying to get a sense of how I want this. So then this guy is going to go here. We're going to need, let me see if I want that. I want this on a dimensional too, so I'm going to put another one here, in case you're wondering what the heck she's doing. And then we are going to put some dimensionals on this guy. Okay. And then this one, we need to put a little bit of adhesive on. So glue, seal, either or, adhesive sheet. Dimensionals. Okay. Pick that up. Bring this over. Figure out kind of where we had it going. Look at the sample in the catalog. Although mine is quite a bit different now. So I have to be careful now because I've got glue on it, right? Where I'm placing it. I can even pull it out a little, right? From its like intended shape. Okay, I have a little bit of glue there, but I can use, when it dries, I can kind of rub it off or use, I've got like a little adhesive eraser. Okay, take our backings off these little guys. Double this one. Now, I'm just going to kind of lightly place this because I haven't decided if I want any ribbon or not. In hindsight, what I should have done, it's too late now, is I should have put a very vanilla layer and then put that on the card base. If I were to make this card again, that's what I would do. Sorry, I keep like smashing into, but okay. I actually like this. It's simple. So now we're going to put some embellishments on it as well. Okay, neither of these cards are designs from Stampin'. So if you like either of these, they're just bonuses now that you can like come back to this page and make, because, you know, you've seen me make them. Okay, so I'm going to again, they did 5, which like I said, is kind of my new thing. So I'm gonna just see how I feel about it. I can't believe I have to go back to work tomorrow. I haven't been at work since the 22nd of December. It's been fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like my job, but I like being at home and just reading and crafting and, you know, sleeping in. Way more. And that, sadly, is all coming to an end. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I actually like the 5. This might be a 3. This might be a 3. I think it was like, it's too much. I mean, I might put a second big one though, so let's just see about that. Yeah. Okay, there we have it. 2 cards made with similar products, all from the same suite. I'm just gonna get the background here so you don't get the reflection. So, if you are in Canada, even if you're not in Canada, you can still do Stamp Camp. So all the information is on my Facebook page or my Instagram or in my link tree, which is also on the Instagram. So it's all there. It was posted yesterday. Take a look. I will also put the details under this video, but I might not get that uploaded until tomorrow. So let me know what you think. Let me know which one of these you like best. Let me know if you plan to buy these products when you can. Yeah, let me know all the things. And that is it. Have a great night. I'm going to go have a hot chocolate and read my book before I have to go to bed. Thanks, everyone.